Hi guys! Mabuhay! It's me, your girl, InDaynaMo, and welcome back to my Taglish channel! Hello guys! How are you all on other side of the universe? So guys, for today's video, another attraction. Dito pa rin tayo sa caravan dito sa Australia. So guys, are you ready for some fun attraction for today's video? What are we waiting for? Happy watching! I'm going to Antarctica.
Is it a jacket or?
I don't know. Hello guys, how you doing?
That's a jacket.
Yes!
I've got to. Sup?
What's up guys? I have my look. It's speaking.
There's more ducks here to put on everything. Oh, a bunch of meat chickens again.
In the past I messed up.
Free shower. $500 meters. I think it's saying 20 meters for the garlic to kick in. It was.
We are now walking to Norman Beach, where we will catch the boat used for tours around Wilson's Promontory is typically called an amphibious boat.
Sup? How you doing, Dad?
Hi guys.
This is hard anyway. Maybe we have to like go through really soft sand and get you bogged.
Looks like a duck boat.
Go ahead.
The boat used for tours around Wilson's Promontory is typically called an amphibious boat, as it is specially designed to go from land into the water. These are also often referred to as a Wilson's Promontory cruise boat or a Wilson's Promontory tour boat. These custom-built boats can roll from the beach into the sea at places like Norman Beach in Tidal River.
Yeah, we'll turn the air conditioner on for you when we get out there so you'll cool down. Thank you. What a cool air conditioner. Sorry?
I am. Kaliwa.
I've got through the water. So today it's going to move like this. The front of the boat is going to get the most movement. Back half of the boat, the least amount of movement. We're going to keep those 2 or 3 rows in the front empty, just meaning we can lift the nose up a bit, more comfortable for all of us. And we're going to keep that back row empty because it's pretty much going to be absolutely soaking today, so me and Kishen will hang back there. With our seatbelts, we're just going to leave those seatbelts off. Once we get up there, we'll have a chat about them. We'll get anyone with any conditions such as motion sickness, injuries, back injuries, knee injuries, neck injuries. If you're pregnant, we're going to get you on the first 1 or 2, 3 rows in front of the helm. So is there anyone with any of those conditions that we can get boarded first? Yeah, that counts. Alright, well after these guys, we're all good to board. Would you guys like a seat towards the back?
Oh no, sama kaliwa. I think left is the better side.
Stan, I'll be skippering our boat today. We have Kishen on board as our deckhand. We're going to have a really nice day out there today. A little bit wet, a little bit bumpy, as Dave has mentioned. As we head further offshore, that chop's going to steadily increase, so that's what you can expect today. Nothing that we've not seen before. We're very comfortable, but just so you guys are aware, a bit bumpy, bit of spray today. We're going to have a quick chat about some safety features and procedures on board our vessel before we get underway. Before that, I would just like to pay respect to the traditional custodians of the land and sea that we're about to travel upon today. There's a few more red people coming. So first of which is going to be our seat belts. So we are going to leave these belts off until we're through that surf on the beach. Once we're through that surf, we're then going to ask you to put these seat belts on. To do that, you're just going to take this buckle, lift that flap up to about 90 degrees, just like that. That strap is then going to fit in through the front of that buckle. You're going to pull that nice and tight around your waist, so there's no movement between yourself and the seat. Reason being, we want you moving with the motion of the boat for your own comfort. We don't want the boat going down and you lifting up. So nice and tight, and then just clamp that buckle down like that. That's now secured. So whilst you're out there, it is a requirement for us to be wearing these seat belts at all times, unless Kishen or myself has let you know that it's safe to stand up, in which case you'll be welcome to take these belts off and move around the boat. We do just ask that you wait for us to give you the all clear on that front. Alright. Now aboard our vessel we carry 32 adult life jackets. So 30 for passengers, 2 for crew. And these, because we're a boat over 7.5 meters, it's not a requirement for us to wear. However, they are here if you would like to wear them. So we'll hand these out to anyone who'd like them in a moment. Before that, I'll show you how these work. So if you did receive one of these today, the easiest way to put them on is just to take the life jacket like that. That's the front facing towards you guys. I'm just flipping it upside down. So I've got that yellow logo facing forwards and an arm for each one of these loops. From here, the whole thing can just go straight over the top, nice and easy. You just pull your hoods through because they will get stuck behind it. And then doing this black buckle up on the front, you then take this black strap, not to be confused with the red tag. Black strap, pull that one nice and tight so it fits you nice and tight around your torso. If it's too tight for you, just lift up that buckle on an angle and you can pull that out. That's going to loosen it up, just like a regular backpack buckle. Now these are manual inflation, meaning they do not set off by themselves. If you did need to inflate this life jacket today, you're just going to pull this red tag. When you pull that red tag, that then inflates your life jacket. So I'll just be very clear, you need to pull the red tag to inflate. Does everyone understand that? Yep. Would anybody feel more comfortable wearing a life jacket today? We can grab you one. All trust us. At any point during this, was that one here? No worries, this one. At any point during this trip today, if you change your mind and you would like to wear one of these, just let Shan or myself know. We'll get you one of these, no stress at all. And for your reference and peace of mind, we keep them in the blue duffel bags just underneath the back bench seat. And on the very stern of this vessel, which is the very back, we do also carry 3 life rafts. Alright, we won't need any of this equipment today, but I'm just letting you guys know.
Where's the breath? No, one of the boat. I think the aqueduct ones, they're not very fast in the water.
We will start here at Norman Beach, Wilson's Promontory's closest beach to the tidal river, which offers snorkeling delights with its granite sheets and diverse marine life. Embark on a unique adventure at Wilson's Promontory, where exploration meets nature's untouched beauty. The tours take you through this captivating land, igniting a spirit of discovery. Step onto our amphibious boats designed for adventure and environmental consciousness. Transition seamlessly from the sandy shores to the sea, unveiling Wilson's Promontory's hidden wonders. Our local guides, deeply connected to these waters, bring the stories of Wilson's Promontory to life. Each turn unveils a new perspective as they guide you, leaving lasting memories. This journey is more than a tour, it's an awakening. A journey where nature's creations and the thrill of discovery combine to offer an experience like no other. Wilson's Promontory promises an adventure that resonates deep within, leaving you yearning for more. Oberon Bay. This body of turquoise water features a 2-kilometer main beach, expansive sand dunes, and tea tree scrub. Home to the white-bellied sea eagle.
Here we are in Oberon Bay. This is this bay that we've just entered here. To our right hand side, that big white sandy beach that you can see, that's called Little Oberon Bay. It's a really good walk. It's about a 45-minute walk each way. I'd recommend it. Behind Little Oberon you have Mount Oberon. So has anyone been up Mount Oberon? You people, yeah, it's a spectacular view, isn't it? It's well worth your time. It's a well worth your time. It's about a 45-minute walk each way. You get a bus or you can drive up to the Telegraph Shuttle car park, which is about a third of the way up. So you're only really walking that last 2/3. And from the top of that mountain, you're going to be at 560 meters above sea level, which is pretty awesome. You get a really good view of most of the prom. All of our trip today, you can see a lot of it from up there from a big kind of panoramic perspective, and today we're going to show you these places up close, so I'd highly recommend that. Here comes Dave. So as we pass Norman Point, which is that point that Dave just went in front of, this point over here, we just entered the Marine National Park. This Marine National Park, it's about 15,000 hectares of area or ocean, and this 15,000 hectares, it's included in the top 2% of the world's most protected oceans. So what we're showing you today, it really is world class. It's absolutely spectacular. The national park itself, it's about 55,000 hectares, and that's the oldest national park in Victoria. So one of the reasons why Wilson's Prom is so spectacular is because of how extreme our weather can get. So today you're getting a little bit of a taste of that wind that we can get. This is about 30 knots of wind, of an offshore wind. So it's coming off the land, which is the most preferable wind direction. We've had up to 90 knots of wind coming off the ocean, and with that brought about 10-meter swells. So that's the length of our boat on end pretty much. So imagine how rough that would be. So that's one of the conditions that this coastline has to put up with. Most of our wind, it does come from the west. We're right on the edge of the Roaring 40s, which is one of the strongest westerly wind patterns in the world. That's just slightly south of us here. So anywhere along this coastline which is exposed to the west, which is most of this side that we're going to show you since the wind's blowing from the east today, have a look at these trees. They're almost growing horizontal, and that's just because of how constant that wind is. And you'll also notice that there's very few trees that grow very tall on this side of the prom, just because of how constant that wind is. We also get lots of rain. So in 2011 we had 360 millilitres of rainfall in just 24 hours. So that caused, if you have a look at Mount Oberon, you're going to see a few lines heading down the mountainside. Those are all landslides. So that was caused on that day in 2011. Over the next 3 days, it gets better. We had just under 800 millilitres of rainfall. So that probably would have put water around your waist where you checked in at the office today. And the Derby River Bridge actually got washed away, which was that bridge that you all would have drove across coming into the prom. Everyone had to get evacuated by helicopter, and it was one of Australia's largest peacetime evacuations, was Wilson's Prom in 2011. So we're going to continue on our way now. As we get past this point, we're going to get right behind the coastline. It's going to be nice and calm for us just along this next stretch, so we can enjoy that. And yeah, whilst you're out there, if you see anything interesting, please make sure to point things out. There's always a chance that Kishen and myself, we might be looking the other way. Don't take any chances, point things out. If you see a few seals here or there, we are going to go past that seal because we're going to go to an island which has about 10,000 living on it. So don't worry too much. And yeah, I will also mention, guys, at any point today during this trip, if you have any questions or concerns, you can just raise your hands. We'll slow the boat down and come have a chat. So for anything, just let us know straight away, and yeah.
Wattle Island is nestled within Wilson's Promontory. Wattle Island offers a sanctuary for little penguins, with diverse birdlife amidst its 22 hectares.
Point to Answer Island. This is Answer Island. We're going to come and have a look at that on the way back. On this next stretch, this is generally where the swell will be the biggest for us. So that's what you can expect as we go past this point. We're going to tack back into it and then have a look at the shape and then back to the island. So on this next bit, probably going to do a place where we're going to get away.
Okay guys, there we go.
Cleft Island, better known as Skull Rock, is a dramatic and mysterious granite island located off the southwest coast of Wilson's Promontory, Victoria. Its huge, hollow cavern and skull-like shape, when viewed from the sea, give it its famous name. Towering at 113 meters, it is a sanctuary for cormorants.
Swinging to get inside the cave. Yeah, it's cool as. This is a really good spot to point out that orange colour you see on the top left hand side of the cave. Does anybody know what that orange colour is? Yes, you're right. So this is called lichen. You do get this in Tassie as well. Lichen is a symbiotic relationship between fungi and
Interesting history. Surveyed by Matthew Flinders in 1798 to 1799. Rare military use during World War II, commandos supposedly practiced climbing drills here. Remains ecologically untouched due to very limited human access. Summer, autumn for calm seas and smooth cruises. Winter brings wilder waves, dramatic scenery but more cancellations. No public access, hazardous shoreline protected ecosystem. A massive sea cave carved by erosion over thousands of years. Sheer waters, penguins, seals, sea eagles, and marine life below. Feel the grandeur of the landscape as you navigate the waters. The granite cliffs and skull rock are sights to behold, shaped over time by the waves.
So means if when the look at those raindrops there, like they coming like marking there, and some of the one there
Oh yeah.
getting thin and thin. It's so hot, you man.
Caused by the Portuguese firing cannons in the Skull Rock.
Anderson Islet/Ensa Island, spanning 80 hectares, is a natural haven featuring undisturbed processes and a home for penguins and shearwaters.
Enough
Canona Island, a marine wildlife hub, hosts a vibrant seal colony and is a key breeding site for diverse seabird species.
So wherever we've got a seal colony, there's always going to be two sections to it. There's going to be one section that's got all the juvenile males, one section that's got all the mums and the pups. Now that side being up there, where all the mums and the pups are, we won't be able to see how high, but they go all the way up the top of the island. You may be able to see one right in front of us, guys. He's like poking his head up right, directly on our right at the top of that island.
And the juvenile males? Juvenile males are here?
Yeah, they're the juvenile males.
Yeah, can you see the
You'll also see in the water, guys, over there in front of that big land. You all feeling alright, guys?
Yeah, all fine here.
Going all good? We're all good?
That would be just like us. A lot of water, a lot of rain.
That's what I like it. I think this is, there's a couple of rocks here which I just noticed which are pretty cool. Can you see there's three pairs of two rocks that kind of just stand up? Almost like there's a few little rock people sticking on the island. You got two there, two over there, and then two right at the end. And this is Answer Island here. It's named after the Cape Barren geese who are all over this island. I can't see any just here, but if you've been to Phillip Island, you'll be very familiar with these geese. They're all over the island, especially the roads. And yeah, George Bass and Matthew Flinders, two early explorers who came through these parts. They called this island after the geese because this was their favourite spot to come and hunt these geese to get some meat for their crews of their ships. Alright, so we're going to go around the point again, head up to South Point. Everyone doing alright? Yeah.
What makes the lichen like green?
So when you got the green, you're going to see it's normally a lot higher up. That means it's getting very little salt spray. Do you want a photo with all of yous? Do you want one with all of you?
back out, they have to spread their wings and let them dry instead of the oil repelling them. Now all the painting that you see there, that's all by them.
Great Glenny Island, with its significant sea caves and teeming birdlife, stands as a 138-hectare ecological and geological wonder.
The white-bellied sea. The sea eagle we saw at the beginning of the trip. And they've got a big white crest and you'll be able to spot them. Now they have a wingspan of about 2.3 metres and they are the second largest bird of prey in Australia, the wedgetail being number one. Now a way to distinguish a bird of prey is the tips of their wings will bend up like a V, whereas seabird will have flat or an M-shaped wings. Now these guys will usually live for 25 years and they'll usually mate for life or until one dies. They have a really weird mating ritual. So they'll fly up really high and then they'll lock talons and they'll spiral down to earth. If they let go too early, they won't mate. Now if we see right up in front of us here guys, on this big pillar of a rock, there's a nest up there. Can we all see that?
Oh yeah.
Right up here on the rock here, big pillar here, right on top there. Now this nest has been here for over 50 years. We had a sailor come on here and tell us she sailed past here 50 years ago and she saw it there. Now this is home to not just one family, it'll be many families coming and going, but they'll be rebuilding these whenever it's spring or whenever it's good weather. Now they usually have about 3 chicks, but 2 of the chicks will die and only 1 will survive because one will hog all of the food and chuck the other 2 out. Alrighty, we'll take our seats now. Making sure those seatbelts are nice and tight, guys. Running water in front of us. That there's Cascade Creek. That's fresh water right there. If anyone wants to put that
boots on. I was going to say, it actually feels warm now that we're back on the land. Eva, you're wearing a beanie. Okay, guys, we'll catch you back at the lunch place.
So, that's it guys. That's our Wilson from cruise boat for today's video. So guys, ayun na nga ang ating attraction for today's video. It's not only one, but we have a seven different attraction spot for today's video na nakita nyo sa ating video for today's video. And guys, if you haven't checked our previous video, I hope you will watch it before you jump in this video. Ito po siya. Anyway, highway, nakita nyo guys? Yes, you hear me right. We are doing a caravaning tour dito sa Australia. So guys, we are in Wilson Promontory dito sa Victoria, dito sa Australia. So Wilson Prom is a southernmost tip mainland dito sa Australia. It's an area of refuge of wildlife, native wildlife guys, like kangaroos, emus, and more animals which is in native habitat. So nakita nyo kanina guys, and yes, you hear me right, this is one main attraction if you are heading to the Wilson Prom. Wilson Prom is a good area. It's a tropic area guys. Sometimes they do a heavy rain also, a grain season. So, they have a different season dito, guys. And yes, you hear me right. So, if you will enter to the Wilson Prom National Park or Wilson Promontory National Park, guys, it's free. We don't need to pay. So, you don't need to pay as a tourist. But the thing you will need to pay is when do a camping here or overnight stay, or the accommodation, because you need to have your permit. So you need to have pay guys, because merong mga council or merong mga personal na nag-roam around guys. So yes, diba, adventures. May tawag kami doon, pero I forgot nga guys. So anyway, highway, nakita nyo naman guys. So nakita nyo from our caravan, which is the Big 4 Caravan Park. We are heading to the Wilson Prom cruise for today's video. It took us 36 minutes of driving. And yes, you hear me right, hindi kami late. We are not in a Filipino time this time guys. And yes, kailangan maaga tayo 10 minutes guys. Kasi baka mahuli tayo guys. And it's very interesting ngayon guys, kasi it's not one but 7 attraction for today's video. If you see earlier sa ating video, it's very interesting because hindi tayo sa land, because nandito tayo sa ocean guys. Ocean po, dagat, tubig, yes, water. So nakita niyo kanina guys, we are heading to different locations, attractions, and we have a tour guide. This is not a self-tour guide guys. It's not free. You need to book ahead guys, kasi limited slot lang po sila. And they have a website. I will put their website in my description box down below. The Wilson Prom Cruise 2. May kita nyo yan dito guys, o may kita nyo sa description box. Anyway, highway, may kita nyo guys kanina as we go to the office, because ayun ang ating main area, saan tayo mag-meet up. We need to do the attendance. They will give us the boots, or if you have a waterproof boots, it's good, it's fine. We have a waterproof boots. We wear our waterproof boots guys, kasi nga tubig tayo guys, kailangan waterproof po tayo, people of the universe. Or if you have a boots, they will have a boots there. And then of course they will give you the red, which is the red, nakita nyo yan, ayan yung Sodi Jacks. We have that guys. We have different sizes. They have different sizes on the tube. So the tour is like a onesie. I think it's like a raincoat. So it's a red guys, because I forgot there's a Wilderness Journey company dun sa Wilson Prom cruise boat tour. May kita nyo guys, it's a limited kasi nga may kita nyo amphibious boat. So amphibious boat guys is a designated boat guys. Hindi siya yung boat lang na basta-basta. Merong dalawa siyang gulong sa likod and 1 gulong sa harap. So kapag siya sa land, yung gulong ang tatakbo sa kanya. And once you will go to the ocean guys, matatanggal yung gulong, tataas yung gulong sa gilid, yung gulong tataas sa harap, yung isa. Anyhow, very interesting guys. Medyo close siya sa duck boat. If you ride a duck boat before guys. So, ito kasi medyo tawag nila amphibious boat. So, amphibious boat o am I right? Amphibious boat. Anyhow, makita niyo yan. Ayan siya, amphibious boat. Yun na nga guys, may kita nyo 7. So we are heading, or we just woke from the office where we meet up. So we are heading to the Norman Beach, where it's very close to the tidal beach guys. Ayun na very closest na pagdadaungan, no, departure from the boat papunta sa ibang island dito sa my Wilson Prom. So it's very interesting kasi ayun talaga ang main attraction dito sa Wilson Prom. Aside from the hiking trail, native bush wildlife, guys, ayun talaga po, isa yon sa mga beach nila dito sa Wilson Prom. Yes, may kita niyo siya dito guys, and we are now at the southern tip of mainland dito sa Australia. As I said earlier, or been in my previous channel guys, yes, you hear me right, there's also a spot dito for the caravans, but unfortunately guys, very limited lang po siya talaga, and it's a bit pricey, and we don't have a spot for our caravan because yung caravan dito site, they have a designated maximum land, and our caravan, if you've been in my caravanning in Australia, our caravan is more 22 to 21 foot long, and yes, mahaba talaga yung caravan namin. Anyhow, ayun na nga, after that guys, we have briefing, we have tour guide. So it's not self-tour guide, it's guided too. We have tour guide, the Mr. Man and the Mr. Man driver. Where is the captain guys? Which is the captain? Yes, you hear me right? And yes, may kita nyo, may mga sinabi siyang self-briefing about the boat and about the safety first. Yes, kasi every time you will go to a attraction guys, kailangan ng safety first yung para malaman in case of panic. And yeah, of course, if you have anxiety during the experience. So anyhow, or the tour. Anyhow guys, may kita niyo siya. Ang dami ko na po sinabi dito. Maganda siya guys. And one of the area na may kita niyo, may mga whale watching. The tour it took us is around 2.5 or more than 2 hours guys. Allotted time namin guys kasi nga syempre sa dagat yun, syempre magbalik back and forth pa, diba? And 7 attraction guys nakita namin. You can see the Australian sea fur seals na nakita nyo kanina. Kwak, 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 kwak. Diba? They have a colony of seals doon sa isang area doon sa Wattle Island. And they have also one of the island there that 80 hectares of seabird life breeding. Yes, you hear me right, people of the universe. And one is the Skull Rock or the Cliff Rock guys. It's the famous area attraction dito sa Wilson Prom na dalawang agency lang po ang nagtutour para makita ka close up. And we have a close up there guys. May kita nyo, there's also erosions of the rocks. Talagang skull rock formation yung rock talaga na nakita nyo kanina. It's a gorgeous skull rock guys. Hindi mo akalain in the middle of the ocean may kita nyo ang isang ganong skull rock. Hindi sila walang pumapasok doon. You cannot enter inside guys. Before you can hike, but now you cannot. Kasi nga, medyo may mga birds na din doon, and there's also mga different colors of the rocks, guys. Kasi nga, diba, kapag nagka-climate change, nag-iiba na din. Anyhow, may kita niyo yan if you will heading to the Wilson Prom, guys. And yes, we duly highly recommend. It's not for adult, it's a family-friendly tour as well. So, yeah, I will not recommend if you have a little new babies or new toes here. You can bring your, like a school age kids, preschool guys, toddler, it's fine, but newborn, I'm not sure. It's not recommend at all. Anyhow, it's not like a recommend also for the disability people, but yes, it's a family friendly attractions, and we duly highly recommend if you're heading down the southernmost tip of Australia, guys. We really highly recommend to check the Wilson Promontory National Park for today's video, and I will put their segment in my description box down below, and you can check it out, people of the universe. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for supporting our video, and mega love shout out each wonderful beautiful people of the universe. Thank you from the bottom of my hypothalamus. Please like if you did enjoy our video for today, and please subscribe if you haven't yet, and don't forget to hit the bell button for you to get notified for our next video, and please comment down below if you like this video po, and see you when I see you on my next one. Bye bye guys, be good, you take care, be safe, and mwah, chala.
Gave too much.